live.
All right, perfect. Folks, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the evening, especially with our youth here, to join us by standing and doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So for you young folks, try to use your voice nice and loud as we do our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand with us. All right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You can be seated. We're going to call this meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Give Mr. Rick a chance to grab his seat. Ready? Roll call.
Mike Cashman,
Present.
Thomas Wood,
Here.
Mark Mannix, Mike LaFave,
Here.
Barb Hebert,
Here.
James Coffey,
Here.
Rick Collins.
Fantastic. All right, Resolution 1766, approved minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of February 16, 2017 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes. Resolution does carry. At this point, I would like to turn it over to the phenomenal recreation team to do some special awards this evening.
Good evening. My name is Erin Pangborn, and I am the Recreation Program Coordinator for the town. First, I would like to thank all the parents and participants who took part in our program this winter. We had 9 basketball teams this season, which would not be possible without all the dedicated parents who bring their children to the many practices and games throughout our season. Now, we will recognize several participants for their outstanding commitment and sportsmanship throughout the season. We would like to acknowledge the players who have had positive role models for their fellow teammates and opponents during basketball. Our Most Dedicated Player Award goes to individuals who demonstrate these qualities as well as go beyond what we ask of them. The following players lead by example on and off the court, and that is why we feel these participants are highly deserving of the Most Dedicated Award. We hope that this will reinforce positive behavior for all participants in the future. We are very proud that these kids are a part of our programs. When you come up and get your award, please look at Ricky over there so you can be on the camera. From our Morrisonville Sparks 5th and 6th grade girls basketball team, congratulations to Leah Murray. From our Cumberland Head 5th and 6th grade boys basketball team, congratulations to Brady Manning. From our East Morrisonville 3rd and 4th grade boys basketball team, congratulations to Carson Duffield. From our East Morrisonville 5th and 6th grade boys basketball team, congratulations to Caswell McCoy. From our East Morrisonville 3rd and 4th grade girls basketball team, congratulations to Madeline Carter. And from our East Morrisonville Fever 5th and 6th grade girls basketball team, congratulations to Sydney Myers. She was unable to come because she has a band concert tonight, where Leah is headed next. Congratulations to the 2017 Most Dedicated Basketball recipients. Now, I would like to take a moment to recognize a coach that the Parks and Recreation Department feels has gone above and beyond for our community. Heidi Freeman has been coaching or running programs for the town of Plattsburgh for the past 4 years. She has 2 sons and 1 daughter who is not yet old enough for our programs, but we look forward to adding her soon. Heidi has coached both of her sons during different seasons and has always done an excellent job. The participants on her teams learn the sport, improve their skills, and most importantly, have fun. We look forward to working with Heidi for many more seasons. Volunteer coaches are often difficult to find, but Heidi has always stepped up to the challenge. Although all of our Town of Plattsburgh coaches are excellent, we felt Coach Heidi Freeman is most deserving of our TOP Coach Award. Thank you for your dedication to all Town of Plattsburgh participants and to our program. We are proud to have you as a coach and look forward to many more seasons with you. Congratulations, Heidi.
Before we move on with our program, I'd like to do two things. Can we first give Erin and Mal a round of applause for running a great Thank you so much, folks. Before you head off home, either to celebrate or maybe getting your homework and such, I just want to thank all the parents for shuttling the kids all around. I want to thank the kids for participating in our programs. While this may sadden you to see another season of your sport end, I know the board celebrates immensely because we know that you get to be here and we get to celebrate the best of what you do. Encourage you to continue to try your best, and even if you're still learning a skill or developing it, or even if you're an MVP, you know, there's a lot of lifelong opportunities in the sports and development, and encourage to bring new students and kids along into our recreation programs. So I hope that you have a wonderful evening, but can all the kids give their family a round of applause for us as well? Thank you very much.
I'd just say one thing. If any of you parents try to watch this on cable TV, you might have to rewind a couple times. Some of it was pretty quick going to the, especially that coach back there.
And you're certainly welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. We're going to jump right into it. Otherwise, we certainly understand and hope that you travel safely. All right. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
We would love to get a group picture of all kids and Heidi.
All right, at this point, we're going to move into public comment, the section of public comment this evening. Is there any public comment before us? No public comment this evening. Resolution 1767, the abstract.
They neglected to give me one.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
17,168?
Might be, I can't remember, I was out of town. Let me see. Hold on, 1 second.
Can we just read yours?
Yeah, but I want to make sure everyone has their material. Never left goodies.
Not the numbers. Is that what the thing is? The numbers, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, let's try this again. Abstract 1767.
Resolved that the abstract lottery claims number 3A-17, 270 to 345 for $115,649.15. Abstract 3A-17, 56 to 77 prepays in the amount of $610,180.98. Be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Keeper. Is there a second? Second. LaFave. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, when Megan and I were reviewing vouchers, I came across one that, Public Water Systems, we get an annual registration for the year. It's $860, but due to the excellent service that's provided by our water and wastewater, department, there's a 50% discount on that, so it comes down to $430. So kudos to that department for letting things like this happen.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LeFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1768, annual examination of the town fiscal records by the audit committee.
Where the town board is responsible for general management and control of town finances, town law, section 64-1. An important aspect of this responsibility is to provide a process to monitor and review on a routine basis the work performed by those who handle money as part of their duties in the town. And whereas in an effort to improve accountability and controls over finance and records, the Town of Plattsburgh Audit Committee and the finance manager has reviewed the records of the town clerk, town justices, recreation, and town tax receiver as per regulation. And whereas the town clerk's, town justice, recreation, and town tax receiver's records have been provided to the full board for their review. And whereas after the review, the town records have been prepared, it is hereby presented to the town board for their review and approval. Now therefore be resolved that the annual audit as prepared and submitted by the Town of Plattsburgh Auditing Committee be accepted and placed on file as per regulation. And that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert. Is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion?
This, the third word, are we including the recreation, it says recreation, it's recreation department, right, that was out of it?
I can add department.
Thank you.
Anything else? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LeFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1769, standard workday reporting resolution.
Whereas regulation 315.4 of the Office of New York State Controller was passed and became effective on August 12, 2009. As per the regulation, it is requirement that the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, adopt a standard workday and reporting resolution, and it is required the term and days worked per month be reported for each such office or such position. And it be further resolved, the standard workday and reporting regulation should be updated periodically to reflect the changes in work hours for elected and newly elected and appointed officials. And it be further resolved that the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, does hereby set the standard workday and service credit that will be reported to the New York State and local employees retirement system for the town officials as per attached. And it be further resolved that on passing this resolution shall be posted on the town's website, the official signboard near the town clerk's office, for a minimum of 30 days. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution and the affidavit of posting be filed with the Office of State Controller within 45 days of the adoption by the town clerk of said resolution.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LeFave. Second.
Seconded.
Wood. Discussion. Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LeFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 1770, local law enforcement officer.
Whereas the Solid Waste Management Facilities Local Law Number 6 of 2011 authorizes the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, to appoint an enforcement officer to act on behalf of the Town of Plattsburgh to enforce the provisions of said law. And whereas Town Attorney James Coffey has agreed to serve in this position of enforcement officer. Now therefore be resolved, the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, does hereby appoint Town Attorney James Coffey to serve the Town of Plattsburgh as an enforcement officer to enforce the provisions of local law number 6 of 2011, effective immediately. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be filed with the town clerk and be placed in Mr. Coffey's personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert.
I'll second.
Sorry about that. Made the fave. Any discussion? I just add that, in many respects, I would anticipate this might be temporary in the sense that, as our new deputy attorney, undertakes, some more responsibilities, that he'll probably fill in that stead eventually, so appreciate, Jim stepping into this role, so. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Heber,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1771, Cash Workplace Violence Committee appointments.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh would like to establish a workplace violence team to comply with regulations, support the town's public employees' safety and health PESH program, in response to employees' issues that may occur concerning the town's workplace violence, sexual harassment, alcohol and drug, accident prevention, emergency action, and fire prevention policies. Excuse me. Whereas the PESH regulation requires municipalities to appoint a team to compromise of the management of the staff employees. And whereas Melanie Lafayette, Stephen Imhoff, Aaron Pangborn, Bruce Barber, employees of the town who possess the skills and experience with applicable issues are willing to serve as members of the Workplace Violence Committee to support the town's effort to promote and maintain safe and risk-free environment. Now therefore be resolved, the town of Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby appoint Melanie Lafayette, Stephen Imhoff, Aaron Pangborn, and Bruce Barber to the Workplace Violence Committee effective immediately. And it be further resolved that the supervisor send a letter of appointment appreciation to each appointed member of the committee. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be placed in the personnel file of each committee member.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Lefebvre, is there a second?
Seconded.
Heber. Any discussion? I would just offer that when we asked, Melanie to serve as the safety coordinator, putting her on this committee, and also asking her to evaluate some of the overall design of the committee. So she may seek to add some people and move some stuff around so that there's a little bit more of a representation from across the town. So again, we've talked about it a number of times. We're really trying to take some opportunity to evaluate some things. Unfortunately, with Art's passing, this kind of jumped a little bit up the flagpole. So, anything else? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Heber,
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1772, request to attend the New York State Assessors Certification Conference.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh assessor is required to maintain professional training and development. Whereas it is in the best interest of the town assessor to be updated and knowledgeable about new regulations regarding accessibility, inventory of property, valuation. And now therefore be resolved that Brian Dowling, town assessor, be allowed to attend the New York State Assessor Certification Conference to be held March 17, 2017 at Paul Smith College, Paul Smith, New York. And to be further resolved that $175 for registration fee and lunch be charged to the assessing department budget account. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and one to Mr. Dowling.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Lefebvre, is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barry Heber,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 1773, highway request for town road closure.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter dated February 21st, 2017 from James Wood, Superintendent of Highways, requesting permission to temporarily post the following town roads effective March 13th, 2017, as so noted. And it be resolved that certain vehicles as described in New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, Section 1660, be excluded from town highways and/or sections thereof in the list. Aforementioned letter upon 1, erection of the signs posting the respective highways or sections thereof. 2, a notice pursuant to section 1660 be posted in the Press Republican. And it be further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize and direct the town clerk to cause said notice to be published in the Press Republican according to town law. And And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, highway superintendent, and town clerk.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Fave, second.
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LeBev,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1774, authorize highway superintendent to enter a shared service agreement between New York State Department of Transportation and the town of Plattsburgh 2017 through 2021.
Whereas the attached agreement between the people of the state of New York, herein as referred to the state or New York State DOT, and the town of Plattsburgh referred to as a municipality, wish to have the power and the authority to become contact for the purpose of renting, leasing, exchanging, borrowing, or maintaining of machinery and equipment with or without operators, with other governmental entities. And whereas it is the intent of the town of Plattsburgh Town Board to give the highway superintendent the authority to enter into this agreement with the person serving in similar capacities without the necessary of obtaining approval of the town board prior to making each individual arrangement. And whereas it is hereby determined that it is in the best interest of the town of Plattsburgh to be the party of such shared service agreements, therefore saving the taxpayers money. Now therefore be resolved that the Chief Executive Officer of the town of Plattsburgh is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh a shared service agreement with the New York State Department of Transportation upon the town attorney approval of said contract. And it be further resolved that this resolution become effective immediately, and that a copy of this resolution and final executed agreement be given to the finance manager, highway superintendent, for one placement of the policy handbook, and that the town clerk execute this agreement with New York State Department of Transportation.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Fave, second.
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion?
This,
Yep.
it says we're gonna authorize the highway superintendent to enter into a shared agreement, but then it says the chief executive officer of the town of Plattsburgh. Which is which? Is it supposed to be both in there?
We can amend it as you see fit.
Well, you're the one that designed that. So should, I mean, obviously the highway superintendent's gonna have authorization to do it. when we-
I would probably in this case have the agreement signed by both.
Okay.
Anything further? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg LeBev,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 1775. Before I introduce this, I want to make sure, Meg, are you comfortable with having this resolution considered from the talk that you had?
Yeah.
Okay. ADA compliant curb ramp improvements on New York State Route 3 sidewalks.
Whereas the New York State Department of Transportation proposes to reconstruct curb ramps on New York State Route 3 in the town of Plattsburgh. Part number 7806.13. And whereas the state will include a part of the construction or improvements of the above-mentioned project, the construction of sidewalks pursuant to section 10 subdivision 22 of the highway law. And whereas the state will provide for the construction of the above-mentioned work as shown in the contract plans in relation to the project. Now therefore be resolved, the town board, town of Plattsburgh, approve the construction of sidewalks for the above-mentioned work performed on the project as shown on the contract plans related to the project. And the town of Plattsburgh will maintain, of course, to be maintained and relocated, reconstruction and constructed sidewalks performed at the above stage as shown on the contract plans, including control of the snow and ice. And it be further resolved, excuse me, that the clerk of the board is hereby directed to transmit 4 certified copies of foregoing resolution to the New York State Department of Transportation, 317 Washington Street, Watertown, New York, 13601. Attention to Brian A. Baxter, civil engineer. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and attached be given to the highway superintendent, planning department, and water and wastewater departments.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert. Is there a second? Okay. Any discussion?
I'd just like to offer some thanks to Meg in your absence, Michael.
Yep.
I think at our work session, we had a good discussion, and there were some questions, and I think the approach was to ask those questions and seek some more information. And I think this was actually a team effort, because Tom and Marty, individual discussions, so I think it was a chance to try to pursue something in the best interest of our constituents by just asking with the mobilized resources that were gonna happen during this construction period, whether we could maybe do an extension of the sidewalk reasonably. But Meg, thanks, I know you had to make a couple of phone calls to get that information, so.
And this isn't perfect by any means.
Right.
But what we asked for was not in the scope of this contract, and it would have required, right-of-ways and other complicated things that weren't timely for this. But they're gonna keep an eye on it and loop us back around next year. And I think just the moral of the story is that we need better communication with these agencies that are doing work on the sidewalks in our town that we're expected to maintain. And the state and the town both have complete streets plans. And this ADA compliance improvements overlooks exactly what's stated in the complete streets plan. So it doesn't really add up.
And I think that's because we were driven by the ADA compliance situation, and we didn't want the signature from all of us to be a perfunctory kind of sign off. I think Marty made us aware that, once you do that, you sign, you lock in. So I think as a team, we wanted to address, again, just some diligence on more information. So.
Yeah. I would just echo Barb's comment in the sense that, thank you for stepping up, Meg, and taking this on, but while I'm at it, thank you for also being available while I was out of town, not only in this particular case, but to the staff and constituents and stuff.
Sure.
Appreciate it. So, all right. If there's nothing further, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Castle.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 1776, request to attend the New York Planning Conference.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning and Zoning Departments and their legal counsel benefit from the combined professional training and development. Whereas it is in the best interest of the parties to update technical knowledge and new regulation information regarding comprehensive planning, complete streets, subdivision, site plan reviews. Now therefore be resolved that Matthew Favreau be allowed to attend the New York Planning Federation Conference to be held March 27th to the 28th in Saratoga Springs, New York. And it be further resolved that $169 for lodging and meals and $199 for registration be charged to the planning department budget account. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and planning department head.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave. Is there a second?
Second?
Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Castle.
Yes, resolution does carry. Seeing nothing else before us tonight, and knowing of no need for an executive session, no motion for an executive session, at this point, I would accept the motion to adjourn at 6:30. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, Floyd. Ricky, roll call?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Mike Castle.
Yes. All right, travel safely, everyone. Looking for me, Dan?
What's that?